Clearly, there need to be future immigration rules, and that is very late in coming, since we are, 100 days away from Brexit, over 2.5 years after the referendum in which the British people decided that 52% of them said that they were in favour of the United Kingdom leaving the EU. So the Home Secretary this afternoon, Sajid Javid, has been making a statement and presenting this white paper of the government, the very delayed statement, and also taking questions. He says that the government is acting to make the future immigration system work for those coming to the country, for businesses, for public services, and for the UK as a whole. So let me just outline 2 or 3 categories. As far as skilled workers are concerned, he announced a new route for skilled workers with, he said, no cap on numbers and no requirement for high-skilled workers to take a resident labour market test. There will be a minimum salary threshold. I'll come back to that in a moment. As far as seasonal workers are concerned, and there is great concern here from many employers who use seasonal workers, whether in the hospitality industry or, for example, picking fruit or vegetables, he said that there will also be a short-term workers route for seasonal workers and others, which he said would be kept under review so it can be improved as when is needed. But he clearly underlined that there would be absolutely no scheme for these seasonal workers to have rights to access public funds, to settle or bring dependents, and that they could come to the UK for 12 months only at a time. He said that that would protect British workers here. As far as international students are concerned, he said there'd be no limit on the number of international students and that it would be made easier for them to stay. So he says this is about streamlining bureaucracy, not about adding red tape. But let me just talk very briefly about this salary threshold of £30,000. There has been quite some disquiet amongst MPs, particularly the opposition MPs, and Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott brought it up in particular, saying that this was actually damaging, for example, to do with in sectors social care workers, hospital workers. And let me just say that healthcare assistants here in working in the National Health Service, their starting salaries are nowhere near £30,000. They are £17,500. Dental nurses are just above £20,000. So you can see already that there are indeed problems and challenges, very much so, for the government.